Hey guys, welcome back to this next video in our learning sessions. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get your site all configured up, get that template that you saved into your BuilderAll account configured so that you can start using it to market for your business and grow your downline. So we're logged into our BuilderAll account, and you want to go up to the top here and go to Builders. And we use the drag and drop Pixel Perfect Builder to build out this site. Click on My Sites. This is where your site should have been imported when you clicked on Get My Site. And then you gave your site a name, so whatever you named it, there should only be one site in here. You just want to click on Edit. I just want to show you how the site looks right now and what we're going to do next to attach your autoresponder. So right away you get this pop-up that says, please configure the information for your email marketing, because right now you have no autoresponder hooked up to this, and it's letting you know that before you start marketing this site, you want to attach an autoresponder. So any of these elements on this page, you can just click on them and move them where you want them. If you right click on them, you can manipulate them by configuring them. If you want to change this text, you just would highlight it and type on it. If you wanted to change, say, this picture, you would right click on this and you could go change image. You could do any of these actions here. And here's the form that we're going to be working with right now to change. So if you right click on that form, there's a pop-up, and what we're going to do is we're going to hit configure. Now if you have any of these other autoresponders, you're going to click on the autoresponder that you have, and then it's going to pop up the list that you have in that autoresponder, so you can choose which list that you want to attach this autoresponder to. So we're going to attach ours to Mailing Boss, but we don't have a list set up yet because we're starting this fresh, but I just wanted to show you how this works. So the first thing we're going to do is go head over to Mailing Boss, and we're going to set up a list so we can attach this to our autoresponder. Also, you can configure this button to go whatever URL you want it to go to. But first we have to set up our Mailing Boss. So the next thing we're going to do is jump back over into our Mailing Boss. So you want to go back to your main login and scroll down to Mailing Boss. And since this is the first time that we've used Mailing Boss, it's going to have you put the name in that you want to use for your Mailing Boss. I just set up a new account so we could go through this step by step. Then you're going to click Next. And you're going to, very important, you need the name of your business, because this is going to keep you compliant. The name of your website. If you don't have a name of your website right now, you can just basically make one up or not put one in at all. And then this default sending email address, this is where you want it. This is where when somebody gets an email from you, this is going to be the name of the email that's on there. So maybe you want to say, your name and your domain. And then this is where you want the reply emails to go to. It doesn't, I'm going to show you, if you attach your own domain name, you're going to get professional email addresses right with this system if you decide to attach your own domain name. So, just put in here what you think you're going to be using for right now. You can always go back and fix it later. Then you put the address of your company. I'm just going to make some stuff up right now. And you want to select the country that you're in. I think you can just type it. I want you to select, so scroll through here. They're doing updates on this system all the time, so every time I log in, there's a new update on a different way to do things. But they're all for the positive. They're all for the good. It's making the system better and better and better. So now we've got our initial our initial information set up for this, and you automatically come with one default list, this email marketing list. So if that's the list that you want to use, you can go ahead and just leave it, and we can go ahead and select it. But if you wanted to make another list specifically for this website, you could go ahead and make another list. So we'll just call this the networker. What we want the display name is. And we're going to call it MLM Recruiting Tips. And you choose whether you want a double opt-in or single opt-in. I'm going to go for single opt-in. And if you want a double opt-out or single opt-out, always single opt-out. Make it easy for people to opt out of your list so they're not upset about anything if they decide they want to opt out. But you're going to be providing so much valuable content, they probably won't opt out. And here's the fields that you want on your list. Of course, you need the email address. I always select first name. I don't typically ask for their last name, but you can do that if you want to. And then if you wanted to add more fields, you would just click on these buttons down here, and you could add whatever fields you want. Like if you wanted to add the phone number or a drop-down field or a multi-select. I just go with the email and the first name, just make it simple for people to opt in. The more information obviously you want, the less people will opt in, but if you wanted to add a phone number, that's a good thing to do as well. Then we're going to click Save Changes. It's going to take us to fill out this subscribe confirm email. So we're just going to click Save on that. You don't have to change anything unless you want to say, please confirm your MLM super, or yeah, we'll say MLM super tips. And then click Save. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do, we're not going to do this pending subscribe, and I'm going to show you why. We're going to go to Quick Links, and we're going to click on Custom Fields. And right now how it is, it's the email is on top and the first name is on the bottom. I kind of like the first name to be on top. So I leave 0 on the first name, and I change this to segment 1, and I click Save. So now on our form on our website, it's going to be first name and then email. Now the next thing we want to do is go ahead and add in our campaign messages. So we're going to click on campaigns, and we're going to click on email sequence. And we're going to click on create new. Now we're going to choose the list that we just made, which is the new networker, or whatever you named yours. The campaign name, we can just call it MLM Super Tips, if that's what you want to call it. And we're going to click Save and Edit Sequence Emails. So the next thing you're going to do, if you haven't already, you want to download the email autoresponder messages that are underneath this video, and you want to open those up, and you just want to, here's the first email, comes out on 0 days, so you just want to copy the subject line. If you think you have a better subject line or want to use a different subject line, feel free to go ahead and use a different subject line. But we're going to copy that subject line in here and go back, let's see here, and copy the body. And just all of these over here are different templates that you can use, and how you get those in here, you can just like drag and drop them in here, and it puts them right in there. If you decide that you don't like it, you can click on this and delete it. One thing that always needs to stay in there is the unsubscribe information in your company name. So you can just copy and paste what's over there, or if you want, you can use one of these templates on the side. And then the next thing you're going to do, so we have that one in there. You want this one to come out right away. You want, when somebody subscribes, you want them to get this right away. So you click on 0 days. Then you add your next one in by clicking the add button here. You go ahead and copy and paste the second email in the series. And we're not going to do all of these for the sake of time, but I just kind of want to show you how it works. I named this one number 2 too. I put 2 up here so we keep them in order. Then you would copy and paste the body in there. And once you did that, you would want to change this one to day 1. Right? So you'd want to change that to day 1 and hit save. Let's get rid of this out of here. And then once you copy and paste all your email series in here, I think there's 5 different emails. You could use them all, use which ones you want, make up your own if you want. Make sure you're changing the days when you want them to go out. So the first one I have go out right away, which is 0 days. The second one, 1 day, day 1. The third one, day 2. The fourth one, the third one, day 4, and I have 5 emails altogether. So the first one, day 0, the second one, day 1, the third one, day 2, the fourth one, day 4, and the fifth one, day 5. Right? So you change them all, and then once you get them in there, you want to activate them. So you click on this activate button, and that activates them. Now the next thing we want to do with this list is we want to turn off the welcome email because we want them just to get this sequence. And so it automatically comes with the default welcome email. So if you go back into your lists and we pick the list that we were just working on, which is this, we want to click on edit. And we want to go into advanced. And here where it says welcome email, we want to make sure that says no. So, and then you want to make sure, obviously, that you put in the email address you want it to come from and the email address you want people to respond to. So when you hook up your domain name, I'll show you how you can get those professional email addresses. So the next thing, now that we have our list set up, we want to go back into our editor, and then we want to click on, right-click on this, and we want to click on Configure. And we're going to attach Mailing Boss. So we click on Mailing Boss. And we have two lists now. We have the networker, the one we just created, and we have the default one that's always in there. You know, it comes with one. So we're going to select the networker. Now that's all attached. So that's how we attach our autoresponder. And so now I'm going to close out this video, and we'll get into our next video and start going through the site and making sure that everything is attached the way it's supposed to be. So this is Tia. We'll see you in the next video.